Hello there and welcome. I'm Terry and this is English Bus. With this lesson, we'll be starting the AST Reading Key Series Core 1. With this book, you'll be able to read a lot about a number of academic topics. You'll also be able to develop your reading skills and have a strong vocabulary base to learn more in the future about other academic subjects. Now, it's our first lesson, so we'll be opening up to the first chapter, which is the U.S. geography. Now, we'll go in and let's learn about U.S. geography. What different features in U.S. geography do you know? Let's look at these. Let's look at some. We have metropolitan areas, farmland, desert, and mountains. Very basic features of geography. In metropolitan areas, we usually have many people living together, dirty air, many stores, lots of trade, lots of noise. In farmlands, we have very few people, very spread out, sparsely populated areas with many farms growing crops and raising cattle and other livestock. In deserts, we have very few animals, maybe lots of sand and rocks, very dry climate. And in mountains, we can experience very cold mountains like these here with lots of snow. We can also find very lush forests with many animals such as bears, beavers, and deers. So let's go in and look at the different areas, the different regions of geography in the United States. All right, now let's take a look at some of the keywords that we'll be using in today's reading. Now let's take a look at this picture here. It's a picture of many different horses in the foreground with nice big mountains in the backdrop. This is an example of a diverse physical environment. We have some mountains, some nice long prairies for the horses to feed in. Now, a physical environment is the combination of that land with the climate, with the atmosphere together. Now, we see a number of landforms here, landforms such as the mountains in the background. The landform is the way the land or the earth is sculpted, whether it is very flat, like we see here, or very rigid, like the mountains. Now, there are a diverse amount of landforms. We have very rigid ones and very flat ones. So diverse here just means a wide variety, very many landforms. Let's moving on. Let's take a look at the next picture here. Oh, what do we see here in this picture? We see very flat lands with what looks like to be wheat growing and nice blue skies. Well, this type of landform is a prairie. Now, a prairie is a very flat stretch of land, very flat piece of land that goes on very far. In a prairie, we see very fertile soil, fertile earth under the crops growing. Now, the fertile land means that the land has many nutrients to grow healthy crops. Now, these crops right here are grown very densely together, very closely together, very packed closely. Now, this is also called a cropland. A cropland grows many different vegetables or grains for people to eat. In a cropland, we also grow cash crops like tobacco or chocolate beans for people to sell to make profit. Now, our next landform is a desert like this one, with lots of wavy sand dunes, and many camels going over it. Now, this kind of physical environment has a very arid, very dry climate with very little water for people to drink. It is dominated by sand. All we see here, besides the people with their camels, is sand. Sand, sand, sand. Sand is the main feature. It is the single most unique feature of this landform. Moving on to our last picture, we see here a very beautiful, beautiful beach with many trees growing, many palm trees here growing, and nice blue water for people to swim in. Now here is an example of a coastline. The coastline is the line that separates the land from the water, like this one here. The coastline separates the ocean or any other sea from the land, from a continent. That is a coastline. Now keep these words in mind while we go on to read. So let's read! The regions of the United States. The United States can be divided into 5 geographic regions. Each region has its own physical environment, such as landforms and climate. These features set each region apart from the other ones. The Northeast region includes 11 states and the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., or the District of Columbia. The Atlantic coastal plain and mountain ranges are the Northeast's major landforms. The Northeast is often divided into 2 subregions, New England and the Mid-Atlantic states. In American history, many of the first settlers from Europe settled in the Northeast. New England is known for early settlements by the Pilgrims and Puritans. The Middle Atlantic has some of the most densely populated areas and the largest urban areas in the U.S., including New York City, Washington, D.C., and Philadelphia. Now let's take a minute and look back at what we've just looked over. 2 regions here in this first region, 2 subregions, are New England and the Mid-Atlantic states. New England had early settlements by the Puritans and the Pilgrims, while the Middle Atlantic states are known for its densely populated areas and large urban areas such as New York City. Moving on, the Southeast includes 12 states. The Mississippi River flows through the western part of the region. A warm climate and a long growing season in the Southeast help farmers grow many different kinds of cash crops, such as tobacco and cotton. Tobacco and cotton were some of the first cash crops for early plantation owners. Peaches in Georgia and oranges in sunny Florida are 2 important cash crops for modern Southeast farmers. The Midwest is a region of plains and prairies. The Great Plains and the Central Plains are known for their rich fields of corn, soybeans, and wheat that stretch as far as the eye can see. The Mississippi River begins here, and 4 of the Great Lakes are in the Midwest. Its flat land and fertile croplands make this region a center for agriculture. People often call the Midwest the breadbasket of the United States. Things to keep in mind about the Midwest are that its main landforms are plains and prairies. Here in the Midwest, the land is very flat and fertile, so it's called the breadbasket of the United States. Many crops are grown there, many crops, mainly wheat or soybeans, so it's known for growing many crops for people to eat. On the other hand, the Southwest includes Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, and Oklahoma. The region has many arid and range areas, so it contains several deserts. There are also numerous plateaus, canyons, mesas, and buttes. The Grand Canyon, one of the best known landforms in the U.S., is located in the Southwest. Now, what are mesas and buttes? Well, a mesas is a a very short piece of land that comes up like a hill, but it is flat on top. Now, a buttes is a very shorter, smaller mesas, but it also usually has a flat top, like a plateau, but both are very much smaller than plateaus. Finally, the West includes California, Nevada, Oregon, Washington, and the mountain states. Alaska and Hawaii are in the western region, but they are separate from the continental United States. The region is a diverse area with many different environments. The Northwest is known for its long coastlines along the Pacific Ocean, while the Southwest is dry and contains many deserts. Much of the mountain states is dominated by the Rocky Mountains. All right, good job everyone. Now go over and check up any parts that you're a little unsure on, and when you're ready, let's move on to the checkup. Are you ready? Okay then, let's go on to the checkup. Question 1. Which region is mainly made of plains and prairies? Is it A, the Northeast, B, the Northwest, C, the Southeast, D, the Southwest, or E, the Midwest? What's the answer here? It is E, the Midwest. The Midwest has very spread out, very big, wide plains and prairies to grow crops. It is often called the breadbasket of the United States. Moving on to question 2, which two are valuable cash crops for farmers in the Southeast? Is it A, apples, B, oranges, C, bananas, D, pears, and E, peaches? Which two are valuable cash crops? The answers here are B and E. B, oranges, and E, peaches. They are both valuable cash crops for farmers in the Southeast. Peaches are grown in Georgia, and oranges are grown in sunny Florida. Moving on to question 3, complete the sentences. In the Middle Atlantic, there are many blank areas. What do you think the answer is here? Well, densely populated areas. In the Middle Atlantic, there are many densely populated areas, such as New York City and Washington, D.C. Question 4. The Southwest is the driest region, so it has blank. What landforms are very dry, without much water? That's easy. Deserts. So this region has several deserts. Moving on to question 5, the Midwest is a center of agriculture because it has blank and blank. What makes the Midwest good for agriculture? Well, one reason is because it has flat land. Flat land makes it easy for farmers to grow their crops. And the second reason is because the croplands are fertile. They have fertile croplands. So the farmers, can grow very healthy crops. Question 6, what is the Northwest known for? Is it A, its flat and fertile cropland, B, its densely populated areas, C, its long coastlines, or D, its cash crops? What do you think the answer is here? Well, the answer is C, its long coastlines up the Pacific Ocean going along the coastline of California. Question 7, what word means to be very tightly packed together? Very tightly packed together with little space in between. Is it A, diversely, B, densely, C, arid, or D, fertile? Well, the answer is of course B, densely. Densely means things are packed very tightly together with little space in between them, such as people. People are densely populated. They live very close together in high numbers. And our last question for today, question 8. What word means to overpower and be the main aspect of a landform? Is it A, diverse, B, maintain, C, dominate, or D, fertile? The answer is here, C, dominate. Dominate. In a desert, what piece or aspect of the landform did we say dominated? We talked about how the sand dominated the deserts. Wow, great job today with the checkup. I hope you had a lot of fun learning about the different regions in the United States. I know I did. Until next time, study hard. Bye-bye.